So, it is 30 meters. Put a great big X where 16 and 14.25 meters are, and the only boxes available are 13 meters and shorter.
Yeah, and typically in these pro-style events, if it's an earlier round or preliminary round and time is allotted, they allow these skiers to go off maybe a little bit earlier lines, get their bearings, especially if there wasn't a chance to practice at the site. It's nice to go out and run a nice 28 off, but these skiers are in the finals for a reason. They're the best skiers today and in the world for this women division, so going off at 13 meters for them is something they practice pretty often in practice, so shouldn't really shake them up too much. But here we go, getting our women's finals underway. Ellie Nicholson, first on the water, 13 meters.
And a pass that should be well within her capability here, Ellie Nicholson. Originally out of Gallatin in Tennessee, but now currently residing in Pensacola in Escambia County in Florida. And working as a newly qualified nurse. And there's a person who her vocational and professional abilities are in need. It's definitely that of Ellie Nicholson.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got the doctors on site today, so we're
okay.
We'll be good to go. But
they're not head to toe in PPE, are they?
No, we'll let them dress down a little bit today, and hopefully we don't have to call for their services at all. But touching back on our scores from earlier in the round, we had Ellie Nicholson won at 39, and I think we're going to go down to the dock, and we got Wade. Wade, who do you have?
Hey, this is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Like right now, for a change, I actually wish I was skiing. I mean, you've already had your 2 rounds. You're all warmed up.
Yeah, I'm warmed up, but I need to forget those 2 rounds and everything starts from scratch again. So trying to get in the mood and getting ready for the final.
You're going to do great, girl. Back to you, Tony.
Ellie Nicholson back on course. 12 meters. Looking all right. So far, so good. Around all these buoys so far. Taking a big hit off number 5, but managing to keep it flowing around buoy number 6. Hop, skip, and a jump there. Nicely done there, Zach.
Yeah, good-looking pass for Ellie. Nice 35 off. Looking back at her scores, she had a 1 at 39 in both round 1 and round 2 of this event. All 3 ladies beyond, were able to get beyond that 1 ball. What I am noticing a little bit, and I saw in the last round, is Ellie's having a tendency to fall into that back seat a little bit, which can be okay if you're able to get that weight transferred back onto that front foot. Right now, she's kind of having a tough time getting back onto that front and keeping that ski in the water. So if she wants to get through 38 and down 39 a little further, she's got to do a better job of weight transferring through that edge change and keeping that ski in the water at the finish of the turn.
All right there, here comes Ellie Nicholson. Here in the slalom finals of the 2020 Swiss Pro Slalom, our first skier out in the women's competition, has already got 13 and 12 under a belt. This is 11.25 meters. This is significantly harder. The rope doesn't even reach out to buoy's width.
Oh.
Whenever you string it out perpendicular from the center of the boat line. And there you go. Whoo.
Through 38 there.
Not the smoothest 38 we've seen, mind you.
She got off to a little bit of a slow start around 1, had a nice 2-ball. She kept that ski a little bit lower like I talked about on at 38, and then it kind of got back up and bit her again at 4-ball, but she was far enough into the course there where she was able to get through all 6 buoys. See there, not much ski in the water at the finish. When you do that, it makes for getting that quick edge change off the second wake a little bit more delayed, and you'll see that coming here into 4. Kind of rides that flat ski a little bit too long there, and then that takes a lot of speed in your direction down the course and not so much across course. She was able to get away with and sneak away with that one on 38, but 39, she's got to get settled in on that gate and get some more foot pressure going through the gate turn and then through that first wake to get that ski settled down out of 1.
So, yes, the anticipation is absolutely mind-blowing here with Ellie Nicholson hoping to establish a score that the remaining 3 competitors have to chase here at the Swiss Pro Slalom for 2020. Here she comes, 10.75 meters. Needs to get it on buoy. Oh, and it's going to be a half a buoy. Half a buoy there for Ellie Nicholson, but she did well to get to this point in the competition. So she should receive some kudos all the way round. Got round number 1, just lost the line and just couldn't continue on from there.
She was, I like the intensity. She was turning it like she wanted to get down into 39, just not able to hold on to that there. But, solid effort through 38, all 3 rounds. It's nice, consistent skiing from her, which is nice to see. Not the score she won. I don't think that's going to hold up too long with the competition she has coming after her. That being said, you never know what happens, Tony, but we got a pretty stacked field here in this women's finals, which leads us to our next competitor. Coming from Canada, riding the HO Syndicate, Mr. or Mrs. Jamie Bull.
All right, Jamie Bull getting ready. I'm sure you guys around the world are tuning in, checking out the action, whether you're watching us from Doha or Dublin or Jerusalem or Johannesburg. This is the Swiss Pro Slalom 2020 with Jamie Bull about to go next.
All right, Jamie's a fun skier to watch. Had the opportunity to do a lot of training with her at Jack Travers Ski School, and along with being on Team HO. Really getting her skis dialed in, and does a lot of skiing with Will Asher and John Travers, and developing these skis and getting them working for 34-mile-an-hour women's skiers. And we got 2 skiers here riding the Syndicate today in the finals, Allie and Jamie, putting them to the test. Flashback to Wednesday this week, and Jamie Bull came down to run 39 off. So,
all right, let's join Wade on the dockside. Wade, who do you have?
Tony, I've got Regina here, and so I got a question for you. So after all these years, after all these titles, do you still get like a little bit nervous or a little anxiety for a final?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always get a little butterfly in the stomach. Doesn't matter if it's just the prelims, finals. I mean, I think that's how you still want it and you still belong out on the dock,
I even told a buddy once, I said, man, I get nervous at little Class C tournaments. And it's like, that's right. It matters, right?
Well, yes, it does. And where you came from, I've heard stories from Scott Greenwood about your Class C tournaments back in your town. So you guys have had a great upbringing. And, I think those record tournaments, those Class C tournaments when we're kids, that's what means the most to keep us in this sport. That we had butterflies then, we still have it now. And, hopefully that next generation can have it too.
Tear it up, girl. Back to you, Tony.
All right, and we're certainly looking forward to Regina J Quiss strapping it on and getting ready to head on out to the course, but we're going to have to wait a skier or 2 before that happens. This is Jamie Bull, 12 meters. Entrance gates, buoy number 1, keeping the ski engaged off the end of the turn and going cross course, being very patient in that regard, and that's what I like about her skiing.
Yeah, Jamie, the last name of Bull really serves her right. She skis aggressive. She gives them the horn, so to speak. And, at 35, you're not going to see a lot of that. But when she gets down to 38, 39, that's really when you can see the aggression come out in her. And skis with an intensity, very focused on the water, very focused off the water on her slalom skiing. And definitely fun to watch her starting to step up her game and really can, cement herself as one of the top pro women slalom skiers in the world.
Looking in fine shape, being very patient out there. I mean, hard to do off a 12-meter run. Started in at 13 meters. Bear in mind that the minimum starting line length due to time constraints is 13 meters or 32 off for our women's competitors. We've got about an hour 45 of skiing to come. So here we go. This is Jamie Bull. Accelerated towards the course now. This is 11.25 meters. Scores from here on out are for pure placement now.
A little slow out of there, too. Kind of needs to get back on it. She did there at 3. Nice 4. Keeps a nice, good tight line at 5. No hiccups at 6. Full 6 there for Jamie, and good to see her getting all the way through that. And so now we're getting into the money pass. Obviously, we have Allie in the lead right now with a half buoy at 39 off. But with the likes of Manon Costard and Regina J Quiss still left in the dock, both of which ran 39 off this previous round, she's going to have to really step up and be on her A game here to put some pressure on those final 2. So let Jamie catch her breath down there for a second, a little 30-minute rest time, and then coming back in, 39 off.
All right, so we certainly need to mention that in the event of a tie for anything other than the win, then it's the previous best score of the skier going into this round that takes precedence. So if one skier has a better qualifying score going into this round and they happen to tie with another skier in the final, then the better qualified skier gets the nod for a placement other than the winning one.
Correct, Tony. And looking back at their previous round scores, all of which had different scores in both rounds, so we won't anticipate anything where a backup score tying another backup score. So we'll have some pretty clear-cut winners 2nd through 4th, but starts here at 39 off. Little Taylor out of 1 needs to have a big 2 here.
She's your leader right now.
out of 2. Gets the ski in and around
Gets
3.
The 3 and to the wake, and there we go. So she's your leader right now, and will finish no worse than 3rd. We'll see if that score of 3 at 39.5 off is going to do for her. But it all starts with the gate pull-out and the gate itself. Zach.
Yeah, I thought she had a good gate shot here and then just kind of brought the handle in a little too low on those hips. And when you do that, it breaks that chest. And she needed a big 2-ball there, and she tried to get that ski coming around, but started to push on it a little too soon. And really, with a 1-ball like that, it was really all she could have done to make sure to get a full 3. A very respectable score, 3 at 39 for all 3 rounds of Jamie Bull. I know she's probably a little frustrated with that. She had a good week of skiing, but
especially considering that she got into the next pass a few days ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And but that comes with she's only really been skiing pro and skiing at this level for a few years now, and you get more and more confident each time you're in the finals in these competitions. I remember my first finals I made, I was I was a mess. And, each one that I made after that, it became a little bit easier and it became a little bit second nature. So time will come, Jamie. It will. But still, very respectable score. 3 at 39 for Jamie. And we got Manon Costard coming back in. But before we get started with her, let's go ahead and head down back to the dock where we got Mr. Wade.
Well, we'll carry on through with Manon Costard with the opening pass. And then when she gets round buoy number 6, which for all intents and purposes she does, like that, then we'll get in with Wade. Wade, what are you doing?
Well, I'm here with Jamie. So, Jamie, kind of a little bit of a sad face, but hey, let's look on the bright side. Another podium, right? Worst you can do is 3rd place, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always awesome to step on the podium, so no complaints on that. I was looking for a little more, but oh well.
That end's a little bit tough down there, how narrow it is. If you've ever skied here before, you would realize it. But when you come through, it's like there's lily pads and then a tree line really fast after the right-hand gate, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's narrow. It's a lot narrower than anywhere I've skied, so the visual is definitely different when you're coming in from that end. But luckily, I had a few rounds earlier today, so I feel like that should prepare me enough for that. So it was more my error than feeling a little weird with the visual, so it's all right.
Good, solid weekend, though, Jamie. Congrats. Back to you, Tony.
All right, then we just saw there Jamie Bull being interviewed there by Wade Cox. Also saw in the background getting ready Cole McCormick, who will be our first competitor out in the men's slalom final. And some of you are thinking like, hey, what's going on, Zach?
Correct. Definitely, I'll get into the technicality of the judges' decisions here at the conclusion of women's slalom. But yeah, we'll see Cole in the next round. But for right now, we got Manon Costard on the water. Come back in, 35 off. A little hitchy there out of 4-ball. No big deal, though. It's only 35. Around all 6 and out the gates. And good-looking skiing from Manon. She posted a score of 4 at 39 in round number 1, and then followed that up with a 1 at 41 in round number 2. This is going to be an exciting finals between Manon and Regina here.
Yes, indeed. And don't forget the Manon Costard still has that target score of 3 at 10.75 meters to exceed, to take the lead at this juncture. So she's not quite there yet. She's run through 13 and this 12-meter pass coming back, riding that Conley GTR. And an example of that ski was recently signed by her, and is one of the prizes on offer for our audience contest participants.
Yeah, excited to see who made the right calls on those bets that you guys placed earlier, and there's still some time to get some votes in for your Ski of the Day award. And so make sure to if you got any more performances or something you saw on the water that made something stick out, make sure to head over to SwissProSlalom.com and put your vote in for your Skier of the Day.
All right, indeed, and that is a vote for the skier whom you believed has skied in the spirit of the event and has produced a performance, or a merit-worthy performance. Could be a winning one, could be one that's about halfway down the list. Who do you think is worthy of your praise?
All right, clean looking 38 off there from Manon. No surprise there. Just getting things dialed in. That's the beauty of being a slalom skier is, versus some other events is, you have the opportunity to kind of get yourself dialed in, feel out the conditions, because they do change from round to round. And it's nice to see Manon go out there. She looks good. She looks confident on the water. Ski's working well for her. And we'll see how far she's able to push it.
All right. And getting some people watching in from all over the world, including the one Camille Duval checking in on these ladies.
Shout out to Camille Duval. My very first full-face jump helmet was Camille's, and it was on the display rack at Jack Travers Ski School. And I made a bet with Jack Travers that if I jumped over 100 feet, that I got to get that helmet. And so I still have it on my on my trophy case at home. It was Camille Duval's
she might appreciate that
helmet.
back, actually.
Well, I crashed a few times in it, so it's a little more cracked than when she left it to me.
All right, then. The lead score is 3 at 10.75 meters. Manon Costard is attacking that right now. There we go. Round buoy number 1 and number 2 continuing to roll on. Round buoy number 3. Can she get a piece of 4 to take the lead? I believe she can, but she is inside number 5. So 4 at 10.75 meters is the score for Manon Costard. She has the lead.
All right, not quite able to get through that 39 like she did in round 2. And it kind of started here on this gate and into this 1. You kind of see her getting the back seat here, which we've been seeing a tendency from. And when you do that, getting across course and getting that speed going again is difficult. Needed a big 2 there and just still kind of getting hung up. And now she's playing catch-up, Tony. And now she's kind of scraping just to get whatever she can out of the rest of the course. And ultimately ended here at 4 ball. Clearly around 4 there, way in the back seat, back through the wakes. It's going to be a full 4. It's going to put her into second place. We do have one more competitor on the dock, so she's guaranteed second. But we'll see what shakes out here in the next 5 to 7 minutes.
So you're a top 3 right now. Manon Costard, your leader. Jamie Bull in second. Ellie Nicholson third. But all of that can change with our next competitor. From Santa Rosa Beach in Santa Rosa County in the state of Florida, this is Regina J Quiss.
All right, your current world record holder, four-time defending champ?
Yeah, four-time defending champ.
Four-time defending champ, rocking the black bib. Obviously, if you've already won this one 4 times, she's pretty locked in.
Actually, 5.
Well, 5. Impressive. But here we go, Regina. But we're going to go ahead and head on down to the dock. Wade, who do you have for us down there, buddy?
Hey, Manon, maybe not the score that you put up earlier today, but you take the lead, and now you're in the hot seat.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy with, I'm worst case second, most likely second. I'm a bit bummed, honestly. I thought, it's close, and I feel like I'm doing some good things, and I'm always making little mistakes. I feel like it's not too far, and that's why I'm a bit bummed about this score. But I have nothing to complain about. It's second is a very good finish, anyways, and I'm very happy with the score that I did on the second round. I wish I could have done it, in the finals and had another shot at 41, try and fix my one and stuff. But overall it's exciting, and I hope I'll be skiing well at the Mastercraft Pro in 2 weeks.
That's right. We'll see you guys there. Back to you, Tony.
Why, thank you. And Amanda Costard, the current world women's slalom champion, and the world champion before her, at least on a couple of occasions, is Regina J Quiss, current world record holder. Let's not gloss over that too much. And look at her go. Look at her flow from one side end of the course to the next. A beauty of a pass. Look at that. That was 12 meters. 12 meters.
Yeah.
On that second pass there for Regina J Quiss, and she just has the knack of making slalom skiing look slow.
Yeah, and she does. I mean, she's a technician on the water and has been for the last 25 years, 30 years. Regina's always been an amazing competitor, amazing athlete, and if you guys want to, for the women out there who want a textbook example of how to train and compete and be an athlete on the water, there's no better place to look than Regina making 35 off look like nothing. So like it usually does for her. We still got 38 and then into 39 where Manon currently holds the lead at 4 at 39. So we're getting down to it, Tony. A few more minutes here, and we're going to see if we have a repeat champion with Regina J Quiss, or if we're going to see someone new like the likes of Manon Costard take home the gold today.
All right, she currently has the world record at 4 1/2 at 10.25 meters, which is about 2 passes further down from this one. Set that world record last season. But look at this, 11.25 meters. Can't afford to put too much of a foot wrong here. It's easy to assume that Regina is capable of running each of these passes, but it's ABCs. You've got to be there and be there on time.
Absolutely, and Regina getting bucked up a little bit there on 135. It is her offside turn, and I don't want to say it's out of the ordinary to see from Regina because she does have a tendency to get that tip rise out of 135. Seen a little bit early here at 38, so I'd like to see her get that a little bit settled down and kind of tone it down a little bit. But, 39 off coming up in here. And if anyone's going to lay it all out there to get, a full 4 to force a run off or get a piece of 5, it's going to be Regina. And I think even pound for pound, even against the men, I think Regina's probably the strongest, if not one of the strongest slalom skiers, men or women. And we'll see a little glimpse of that here coming up at 39.
Whew. So, last skier in the women's competition, we're carrying on a pretty brisk pace, and we have to be because we are battling against the sunlight. Obviously, this is October, and the
You'll see
current
there.
and 5-time Swiss Pro Slalom champions, dating back all the way to 2015. The lead score that she's going to attack.
4 at 39. Here we go.
4:39. Here she comes, and this is 39. Round buoy number 1. Do remember last season that she was in a runoff situation.
Gets a 3. It's
with,
a good-looking 3.
Whitney McClintock. She's round buoy number 4. There's your winner.
Go. And just for show.
There you go.
There's your winner. There's
your
the fist
winner,
pump.
Regina J Quiss.
All righty. Congratulations, Regina. Taking home the gold again at the Swiss Pro-Am. It's impressive skiing, and she's always so dialed in, and she's got a big smile on her face down there at the end of the lake, and excited for the Jacobs family up there in the Panhandle. I know they're watching, so What a performance there from Regina. And, shout out to the competition that, made her have to step it up a little bit. A 4 with Manon Costard. Third place, Jamie Bull with a 3 at 39. And then rounding out our top 4 is Ellie Nicholson with a half at 39. So, no slouches out there on the water. And Regina did what she does best and stepped up and threw down a huge score.
Right you are, Zach. And now she's going to have a free crack at a 10.25 meters. She'll still continue to ski. She'll take any opportunity to throw down a good performance. Bear in mind the world record is 4.5 on this pass. She currently has it as of last year. Sets herself up well. Buoy 1. She's still there with the ski in front of her. Buoy number 2. Good to go round buoy number 3. Look at this. Oh, and is inside buoy number 4. But, I would take 3 at 41 off every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, what a performance there. Man, she hooked up so nice out of 1. And, I thought she got a good enough 3 maybe to get that ski outside of 4. Now, let's take a look back here at this replay. Hooked up good out of 1. 2 ball looked nice. I thought she got a good enough 3 here to get the 4. Let's see what happened, Tony. It just... that angle across course you can see right there just wasn't quite enough. And, maybe if that 4 ball counted for, difference between second and first or a world record, we might have seen Regina lay it out on the line. But she's already your champion. But what a score. 3 at 41 from Regina J Quiss. She's your repeat winner again. And then congratulations to the remainder top 3, Manon Costard and Jamie Bull. Some amazing skiing from these ladies out here. Congratulations.
All right, an impressive podium, wouldn't you agree? Regina J Quiss, your winner, ahead of Manon Costard, ahead of Jamie Bull. And certainly look forward to seeing them ski again down the road. But for this tournament, the Swiss Pro Slalom 2020, it is Regina J Quiss skiing on the good slalom ski that will take the top honors as she makes her way back to the dock. So, I'm sure you guys there on the webcast are watching in will join our people along the shoreline by congratulating Regina J Quiss, your 2020 Swiss Pro Slalom champion in the women's competition. Give her a big cheer, folks. All right, it's the men next.
All right, well, I'm sure we're going to get here with Regina here in a second with Wade, but I'll quickly try to sneak this in. As you can see, we got Cole McCormick getting ready on the dock, and I already elaborated to the protest going back and forth. Cole's 2.5 at 41 getting revised down to a 2. But with that revision being made, it was also determined that with John Travers making that protest that it was not made in a timely manner in relation to Cole's performance in skiing. John had already skied, and so we'll get back on that. Let's go ahead and go back over to Wade, who's going to be talking with our champion right now.
Get away from the post.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, standing here with El Champion 6 times, so must have been fun out there.
Yes, first of all, happy birthday, Mom. That was her birthday present. That was her wish. She has tall orders. But no, it felt really nice out there. Swiss is skiing awesome. It felt really good that round. I was just itching there. But, it's awesome to be 6 times and this champion here. And I don't know, it's lost of words because they get better every time you win. It's sweeter and sweeter because you realize how much you work for it and how many people are behind you to get you where you're at.
Look, you gave me all the goosebumps, girl. Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
All right, and great skiing there from Regina J Quiss. Looking in the messages that are coming in, flooding in, congratulating Regina J Quiss, including Camille Duval, who's actually said that she is rather inspired by the skiing that she's seen today on the webcast and actually took a set or two herself over in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, and I've seen Camille getting back out on the water here,